Hello everyone, this is Abhishek Singh and we are doing revision summary of EMFT, and this is part 14 of this series. In this series we are going to deal with magnetic dipole moments which are produced by small circular current loops or maybe in other shape, current loop maybe in other shape. So let us start. Okay, so my first topic is a small current loop constitutes magnetic dipole moment. That current loop need not be circular current loop, it may be rectangular or any shape. You just need to know the area of that loop and the current flowing inside that loop, and you have to multiply that two quantities, area and the current, and you will get the magnetic dipole moment. I will show you. Okay, so let's say you have a circular loop. The first example we are going to see a circular loop, and let's say current is flowing in this direction. Okay, and this is, let's say, the axis. Okay, so if the current is flowing in this direction, you know how to calculate the direction using right hand thumb rule. So if you place your fingers in the direction of the curl of the current, okay, so your thumb will show the direction of magnetic moment. So in this case, if you put your fingers in the direction of the current, then this arrow will show the direction of magnetic moment. And let's say it is a circular disc of radius r. So what would be its area? Its area would be pi r square, and let's say the current is I. So the magnetic moment of this arrangement is given by m vector, and can be written as I into area. Okay, so for this particular case, this is pi r square times current I, and the direction you can calculate by using right hand thumb rule. Okay, so let us see in another example. Let's say you have a rectangular or maybe square loop. Okay, let's say this is square and the current is flowing in this direction. We can again calculate the direction of produced magnetic moment, magnetic dipole moment, by using right hand thumb rule, and you will get that in this case also the magnetic moment is in the direction shown by this arrow. Okay, so again its area is a square. Let's say its side is a and it is a square. Okay, so its area would be a square, and let's say the current flowing in this loop is I. So here also m vector is given by area into I, which is nothing but I times a square, and again you can calculate the direction using right hand thumb rule. So in this way you can calculate the magnetic dipole moment produced by any loop if you know the area of the loop and the direction of current flowing in that loop. Okay, so let us see an example. So this is the simple these are the simple cases. So now let us see an extended body case. Okay, so this is not a circular ring, but it is a circular disc. Okay, it is a circular disc, and its radius is given to be equal to, let's say, r. We'll draw its radius, and its radius is capital R, and the axis is drawn by a dashed line, and about this axis, let's say this disk is rotating with some angular velocity omega. Okay, so now you are asked to calculate the magnetic dipole moment of this configuration. Before that, let me tell you a fact about magnetic moment. Okay, this magnetic moment is in this direction and denoted by m cap, m vector. Again here also this is denoted by m vector. Okay, so let's say it is moving in this sense as shown in the diagram. So what would be the direction of magnetic moment in this particular case? You can again calculate by using right hand thumb rule. If you curl your fingers in the direction of this omega, this, then your thumb will show the direction of magnetic moment. Okay, so here also the magnetic moment would be in z direction, perpendicular to the plane of the disk. Okay, and this disk is not chargeless. Obviously, it has some charge, sigma, surface charge density. Then only it will produce some current, and due to the presence of current and the area, this disk will generate some kind of magnetic moment. Okay, so let us see how to calculate the magnetic moment in this particular case. You know how to calculate the magnetic field due to a circular ring, and we also know that a disk is mainly made by accumulation of a large number of rings with different radii. Okay, so let's say at some distance, okay, I will choose some another marker. Let's say at some distance x from the center, this is x distance, you have a thin ring of radius delta x. Okay, sorry, radius x and thickness delta x. So it is an elemental disk, sorry, an elemental ring whose radius is x and whose thickness is dx. Okay, its thickness is dx. So what would be the area of that strip of ring? That small area would be 2 pi x dx. Okay, it is 2 pi x dx. That would be the small area of the strip of the ring. And what would be the area which is used in the formula of magnetic field? That area is A prime is equal to pi into x square, area covered inside of the loop, okay, of the circular loop. And also we know that small magnetic moment dm is nothing but equal to small current di times area of that circular loop, which is A prime. Okay, so that di can be written as we know for a surface current, if you multiply that sigma to its area, you will get the charge. So that di can be written as sigma into area. Area is dA, and this charge should be divided by the time of rotation. And you know omega, you don't know time directly, but you can calculate the time using the fact that time is nothing but 2 pi over omega, 2 pi over omega. Okay, and this is nothing but di, and A prime is, from here I will write A prime, and that is equal to pi into x square. Now I can rewrite here that sigma into dA. dA is the area of that strip, which is written over here, which is 2 pi x dx, divided by, we have in denominator 2 pi over omega. Let's say this omega comes out in the numerator, and we have to multiply it by pi x squared. So 2 pi cancels. Now you can see this is sigma omega pi x cube dx. Okay, this is small magnetic moment. So you can calculate the magnetic moment by integrating this quantity, and you can integrate this from r equal to 0 to capital R dm. This is nothing but sigma omega pi, and integration of x cube dx is x to the power 4 over 4. Putting the limits, you will get r to the power 4 divided by 4. So this is the magnetic moment due to this circular loop. Sorry, circular loop nahi, due to this circular disc. Okay, extended body. So what you did, you just selected an elemental part, which was the ring, and calculate the magnetic field due magnetic moment due to that ring, and integrated it over the entire surface of the disc. Okay, so I have drawn that diagram again here, and I am now going to show you some trick to solve this question easily. And why did I solve this question in a long way? Because you need to know the importance of short tricks and how useful these tricks are, and you must use these tricks in exams to save your times. Okay, so I will show you the use of this trick in this particular question, but this trick is applicable in any case if you know the angular momentum of that mass distribution. The trick is to use the gyromagnetic ratio formula, and that ratio says the magnetic moment divided by angular momentum ratio is equal to charge of that body divided by 2 times mass of that body. Okay, you have to use just this simple relation and you will calculate the magnetic moment M, or also known as magnetic dipole moment. Okay, so for that you just need to know what is Q, what is M, and what is L. L is angular momentum and is given by I times omega, where I is moment of inertia and omega is angular momentum of that body. So in this question we were given that this body is rotating with angular velocity omega, and it has mass m, radius r, and charge density sigma. So if you know charge density sigma, then Q can be calculated as sigma times pi r square area. So this is Q, charge of this disk, and also that angular momentum L is equal to I times omega. I is the moment of inertia of this disk, and we know the moment of inertia of a disk is given by m r square divided by 2, and omega can be written as omega. So putting these two values in the expression of gyromagnetic ratio, this ratio is called gyromagnetic ratio. Okay, and you can write m equal to we are calculating the magnitude of dipole moment, magnetic dipole moment. This is q over 2m. Q can be written as sigma into pi r square divided by 2m times L. L is nothing but m r square over 2 times omega. M cancels. You can see this is nothing but sigma omega pi r raised to power 4 divided by 4. You can compare this result of magnetic moment by the previous expression, and this is again the same thing as we derived later in this slide. So you can now see that how simple and how easy to use this gyromagnetic ratio for calculating the magnetic dipole moment of a given charge and mass distribution. You just need to know the moment of inertia of that body, and the rest of the things are very easy to be calculated. You can practice more and more questions, and if IIT JAM 2021 asks something related to this information, you can use this relation. And even this relation is very important, and this can be directly asked in question in any form. Okay, so moving ahead, this is electric dipole case. Okay, so in this part of the video we are going to discuss what is the magnetic vector potential due to an electric magnet, sorry, due to an magnetic dipole at any distance r, making an angle theta with the z-axis. Let me name this. Let's say this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this third one is z-axis. Okay, and let's say it is some magnetic dipole moment m vector shown by a black arrow pointing in z direction. Let's say this is some arbitrary point p at some distance r. So this small vector is r cap, and this r vector is making an angle theta with z direction. So this small vector is z cap, sorry, theta cap. Okay, I will redraw this. This is a small angle. okay, theta. So what would be the amount of vector potential at point P due to the magnetic moment at the origin of this system? Okay, so before solving that part, let me tell you one important thing. Okay, so I am teaching you this part as directly putting the magnetic dipole moment at the origin, but in the question in IIT JAM exam, they may give a circular loop in place of this dipole moment. Okay, so the question may look like this. Okay, this is a circular loop carrying current I, and it has some area. They will give you the radius of the circular loop, and you can easily calculate the area of that loop. Okay, and by multiplying that area with the given current in the loop, you can calculate the magnetic dipole moment. So these two problems are equivalent, so you don't have to confuse if they give you a loop and ask to calculate the vector potential or magnetic field due to this loop at any arbitrary point which is at an angle theta from the z-axis and a distance r from the center of the loop. Okay, and you may be given in the question that the point P which is at distance r, and that r is much greater than the radius of the disk. Okay, disk nahi, radius of the ring. Okay, so these two questions are equivalent. So let us solve this problem, or maybe I'm directly going to write the results. I'm not going to solve by I will directly write the result by analogy with the electric dipole case. So if you remember, in the electric dipole case we had we had scalar potential. I'm writing this over here. We had scalar potential as equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, P dot r cap over r square. Okay, but here we have something different. We have magnetic vector potential that is given by mu naught over 4 pi. We know 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught is replaced by mu naught over 4 pi in case of magnetostat, and P dot r is replaced by m cross r cap. Okay, you need a vector over here divided by r square. So this is how we can directly write the magnetic vector potential by analogy with the case of electric dipole moment. Okay, so the second part is, in the electric dipole case we calculated the electric field by using the formula of electric scalar vector, and we knew the relation between those two quantities as electric field is given by the negative gradient of scalar potential, electric potential. But here in this case we know that the magnetic field B is given by curl of A. Okay, this is how we define A. Okay, so magnetic field is given by curl of A. So to calculate magnetic field, you just need to take the curl of this quantity. Before that, I must write this A can also be written as, let me erase this part. We don't need this quantity anymore. I just wrote it to remember, to memorize you. Okay, so this can be written as mu naught over 4 pi. M cross R can be written as m sine theta over r square. I'm not writing any n cap because let's say this is just the magnitude. Okay, this is the magnitude part, so this can also be written as this quantity. So the B can be written as curl of A, and as we are dealing in the spherical polar coordinate system, you can take the curl in spherical polar coordinate system. We have learned that how to take the curl in spherical polar coordinate system in our mathematical physics series. So after taking curl, I'm directly writing the results. I'm not going to take the curl by using the determinant formula. So I will directly write that B will come out to be equal to mu naught m over 4 pi r cube, mu naught m over 4 pi r cube, and in bracket we will have 2 cos theta r cap plus sin theta theta cap. Okay. This is also similar to the expression of electric field in case of electric dipole moment. Okay. So I will suggest you guys to look at the formulas of electric field case due to electric dipole, and you can remember these quantities or memorize these quantities in resemblance with those quantities, okay, or in analogy with those quantities. So the B can be written as in this form, and also we can write B in coordinate free notation, and in coordinate free notation this can be written as mu naught over 4 pi r cube, mu naught over 4 pi r cube, 4 pi r cube, and in bracket you can write 3 times m dot r cap, and direction is again r cap minus m vector itself. Okay, so this is the expression of magnetic field due to a magnetic dipole moment at a distance r in coordinate free notation. Okay, so moving forward, and we can see dipole moment in an external magnetic field. So in the above cases, we had seen what are the amount of magnetic field due to a given magnetic dipole moment, and what are the amount of, or how to calculate the magnetic vector potential if you are given with a magnetic dipole moment. But now we are going to see what are the force, torque, and potential energy of a given magnetic dipole moment in presence of some external magnetic field. Okay, so now the magnetic dipole moment is placed in some external field, and if the field is uniform, let's say for the first case the field is uniform. So for uniform field, we can directly write that net force on the magnetic dipole moment would be 0, and the torque is given by m cross b. M is magnetic dipole moment, cross b is external magnetic field. And let's say we have non-uniform external magnetic field, non-uniform external magnetic field. In that case, F net would not be equal to 0 and is given by gradient of m dot b, gradient of m dot b. M is again the magnetic dipole moment and b is the external magnetic field. So after having known these quantities, we can move ahead to the magnetic potential energy of a magnetic dipole moment in presence of some external magnetic field, and that magnetic potential energy um is given by negative of m dot b. If you remember, in case of electric dipole moment, we had electric potential energy as minus p dot e. So resemblance with that, we here have minus m dot b as magnetic potential energy. Okay, so what is the interaction energy? It is also analogous to the electric dipole case. Let's say you have a magnetic dipole moment m1 vector and magnetic dipole moment m2 vector, and these two magnetic dipoles are separated by a distance r. Then you can calculate the interaction potential energy U as minus m1 dot b2, or it can equivalent be written as minus m2 dot b1. Here m's are magnetic dipole moment, and b's are the magnetic field. So m1 is magnetic dipole moment of first dipole moment, and b2 is magnetic field due to magnetic dipole M2. Okay, and here we have taken the dot product and multiplied it with a negative sign. Okay, so now we will solve a previous year question, and this question was asked in JAM 2018. Okay, so I will write here, this question was asked in JAM 2018. JAM 2018. And what the question says? The question says the presence of a magnetic field Bj cap is present in J cap and electric field minus Ek cap. Before solving this question, let me draw this diagram. Let's say we have drawn the coordinate system as this is x, this is y, and the third one is z. So in the question it is given that the magnetic field is Bj cap. So Bj cap is in this direction, so magnetic field B is in this direction. Okay, B is in this direction, and electric field is minus Ek cap. That means electric field is in this direction, minus Ek cap. And a particle moves undeflected. The question it is given that the particle must move undeflected. That means net force on that particle should be equal to 0. Okay, so we have to verify which option is correct. So let us first see option A, and that says the particle has positive charge, and the velocity is minus E by B I cap. So the velocity is minus I cap. So let's say the velocity is in minus I cap, and the particle has a positive charge. Okay, so if the velocity is in this direction, so the magnetic field on that particle would be calculated by using the right hand thumb rule, and the magnetic field is nothing but charge times V cross B. So you can see that charge is positive as given in option A, and V is some magnitude V, which is also given in the option, times the direction of V is minus I cap, cross B is again the direction, mod B times direction is Y cap, which is nothing but J cap. You can see that I cross J is K, minus I cross J is minus K. So this is nothing but Q mod V mod B times K cap, with a negative sign. Okay, so this is the magnetic field, and it is in minus K cap direction, which means magnetic field would be in minus K cap direction, in downward direction. So also the electric field for this particle would also be in downward direction, because charge is positive and electric field is in downward, so they cannot cancel. Electric force and magnetic force cannot cancel, so option A should not be the answer. So let us check option B. Option A is not correct. Let us check option B. Option B says the particle has a positive charge, same as the first option, but this part is not same, and the velocity is E over B I cap. Velocity is in I cap. So let me erase this part, and you can see that electric field was in this direction, and here it is saying that magnetic field is in I cap. This is I cap. This is velocity, sorry, velocity is in I cap. So if velocity is I cap, then electric field is in the direction of, electric force would be in the direction of electric field. This is electric force, and magnetic force is calculated by using right hand thumb rule of V cross B. V cross B says the magnetic field must be in the direction opposite to that of electric field. And you can put all the values in this expression. Just minus K cap would be replaced by K cap, And after putting the velocity, magnitude, you can see that electric and magnetic force are equal and opposite. So option B is correct. Similarly, you can check option D is also correct. So this was a multiple select question. So option B, comma D would be its answer. You just need to calculate the direction of magnetic force and electric force, and by this magnitude of velocity, you will get the magnitude of both the forces equal. So the direction of both the forces should be opposite so that both forces will cancel and the net force on the particle should become equal to zero. And this is the case for the particle to move undeflected. So you can solve any question related to these concepts. So dear students, if you are new, you can subscribe to Aduncle for IIT JAM, CSI NET and UGC NET exams study material, which is prepared by India's top experienced faculties. You can also download Eduncle's mobile application where more than 250 tutors will be answering your doubts.